In this video we have a radical expression that we want to simplify. We have three different parts that go into it: 75, x to the 6th, and y to the 9th. So let's break it up into three separate parts, make it like three different problems. So we have the square root of 75 times the square root of x to the 6th times the square root of y to the 9th. Okay. Now let's deal with this one first. The square root of 75, we ask ourselves, is there a perfect square that divides into 75? And there is. That's going to be 25. So we write the square root of 25, and then what times 25 will give us 75? And that's going to be 3. So we write the square root of 3 down. Now, for terms like this, whenever we have a variable under a radical, we ask ourselves, if we move this into exponential form, can we reduce this exponent right here? And we can, because there's an invisible 2 right here whenever we have the square root. So if we write x to the 6th over 2, that's going to be the power right there. That can be simplified eventually to 3, but we'll deal with that in a minute. And we ask ourselves, can we do the same thing here? There's an invisible 2 here. So 9 divided by 2, does that give us a whole number? Well, no, it's going to give us a fraction. So we want to see how many y's could we kind of like take out or separate from this term right here to make it divisible by 2. So we know that 8 can be divisible by 2 evenly. So let's just take out 1 y. So that's going to end up looking like this: the square root of y to the 8th power times the square root of y, and that would just be to the 1st power. You don't have to write that 1 if you don't want to though, but it is there. So now let's go through and simplify a little bit more. The square root of 25 is 5. Can't do anything with the square root of 3, so I just rewrite that. X to the 6 over 2, that's going to be x cubed. And now whenever we take the root of a term that has an even exponent and it ends up being an odd exponent, right, like this, then you have to apply absolute value bars. Now continuing on, let's move this into exponential form. So that will be y to the 8 over 2nd power. And then you can't do anything with the square root of y to the 1st, so I just rewrite that again. Now I'm going to rearrange some things here. Write my number in front first, and then that's going to be multiplied by, let's see, y to the 8 over 2. That's going to be y to the 4th. Okay, and then we have this x cubed, but we want the absolute value of that. And then what else do we have to put here? It's going to be the square root of 3 times y, because that was the last two parts left under the radical. And this would be our final answer right here.